everyone, and welcome back to the Museum Show and Tell Show. I'm Nicole from the Penetanguishene Museum, and I'm here with Genevieve from the Huronia Museum.
Hello.
And today, Genevieve gave us the theme of STEM, which is an artifact that relates to science, technology, engineering, or mathematics. So, which element did you have an artifact for today?
Well, I have one, two artifacts actually that relate to all four of those subjects, and you can see them. I'm going to move my phone case. There we are. Right here is one motor, and beside it is a I'm not very good at this. Another motor. Is not a very good shot. Let's see, there it is right there. And if you take a look right here, you might be able to read. No, probably not. I'm going to tell you what that builder's plate right there says. It says manufactured by the Midland Engine Works Company of Midland, Ontario. That company was, got a whole bunch of photos down on the waterfront. Here it is right there. It was just around where the boat works is, just a little behind the boat works. And it was founded by two brothers, James Bruce Hanley and his brother Samuel Cyrus Hanley. And here's a photograph of some of the employees. We've got Samuel Cyrus right here. He was also known as Bert. And then J.B. Hanley, or Bruce Hanley's right here with this mustache. And J.B. Hanley, I have kind of a crush on his mustache. He had that mustache almost his whole life, as soon as he could grow facial hair. Got a photograph right here of him when he was at the School of Practical Science, which is engineering department now at the University of Toronto. Here is one of and you can see him rocking that mustache. Oh, it's just awesome. We've got another photograph of him, and he's actually fencing with that mustache. And then here's a photograph of him that was taken by one of his very good friends, J.W. Bald. It's him. They're on an expedition up the shore. Here he is. It's just a wonderful. This is probably one of my most favorite photographs in the museum's collection. So not only did those two men, this is the interior of the shop, make motors, they also had a gasoline supply business. Here's one of the boats that they built, and they did build boats as well. They did build at least one boat with their friend J.W. Ball, and they built this crane for the Midland coal dock. And we're really, really lucky. We've got a small catalog for the engine works. It comes with a lot of testimonials from local businesses. The Shepherd Lumber Company, James Playfair, W.E. Preston, and some photographs of some of the motors. It's kind of interesting because we do have a lot of postcards as well of photographs probably taken by J.W. Ball, although they might have been taken by Bert Hanley. He was a really talented amateur photographer, and oftentimes at Christmas he'd take photographs of lots of different things and send them with Christmas wishes to his friends and his relatives. So those are some of the engines. I'll show you those again. They're just wonderful pieces of engineering. I mean, I don't know anything about engineering, but when you consider what they do and just how compact this beautiful thing is, I just love it. Made right here in Midland.
Like, what was the engine for?
This one, I have a photograph of a small skiff, little bigger than a canoe, and there is a motor like this that would have powered a propeller. So it was, I don't know how large a boat it could push. Okay, so yeah, I don't know anything about marine engineering. So, or any of the terminology. I really apologize for my ignorance. But anyway, yeah, most of these were used. Okay, there we go. Were used in boats in the area. Although they did a lot of other work as well, a lot of engineering work. I know we've got blueprints for the Midland Simcoe elevator that was at the foot of, well, across the bay from where Midland currently is now, the one that was torn down in 1992. And those blueprints are actually stamped Pratt, McFarlane, and Hanley. And I think the Hanleys did a lot of the engineering work for the metal engineering work for that that building as well. So they were very skilled at various technologies, I guess. So,
Yeah.
and they grew nice mustaches. So thank you.
That's great. You have quite the extensive collection for that, with pictures and, you know, catalogs and then actual artifacts. It's really neat to have that.
Yeah, we were really lucky. A lot of descendants, and they had married, actually. Bruce Hanley married into the Burke family. They were marine related family, shipping captains and things. So we're really lucky that there was a lot of crossover between the two families, and so a lot of their descendants have given photographs. So really, photographs and other items as well.
Yeah.
So
neat. So for the Penetanguishene Museum, I guess I went with the technology part of STEM. And so I guess I thought of, you know, one of the greatest sort of, you know, technological advances, especially for anyone nowadays, is probably the washing machine.
Absolutely.
Because
oh my
who
goodness.
is not grateful to have a washing machine if you know what it would have been like, you know, to actually have to, you know, wash all everything by hand, and like the whole entire process that it would take, and it would take all day. And then depending on the size of the family, you'd be doing that every day. So, you know, to create the washing machine was quite, you know, the innovation. So what we have here is a Beatty Brothers washing machine. And Beatty Brothers was, you know, they first started off doing agricultural machinery, barn and stable equipment, and then they moved into household appliances. They opened in Fergus, Ontario in 1874. But they were most well known for, in the 1927, around that time, for their innovation with the washing machine. And this is that model. They created the agitator, which is something that they still use in front load washing machines today. And that really put them on the map. That was the number one washing machine in all of Canada. And that really grew their company around. So that's what we have here. We had the agitator in there. And of course, at the top there, we still got the old wringer to wring, you know, to wring out your wet clothes. But this is a drum. The agitator would have been in the middle, and that would have helped to have moved all of your clothes, and so they wouldn't get so tangled, you know, because before the agitator, they would just put it in there. They put it kind of in a barrel and move the barrel around, but not having that agitator in the middle sort of helped with that. The Beatty Brothers, their connection to Penetanguishene is because when they grew in such popularity with the washing machine, they started taking over a lot of other household appliances. And so one of them was stoves. And so we had a foundry here. So we had the Dominion Stove Foundry, which was on Fox Street, that was taken over by the Spencer Foundry. And they made little pot belly stoves and boilers for buildings. And then the Beatty Brothers actually took that over. I'm not sure about the dates, but I'm thinking 1940s into the 1950s is when they took it over. And so we do also have some Beatty Brothers stoves in our collection that were, the parts were put together here, and they were manufactured still out of Fergus, Ontario. But we did have a plant here that did relate to the Beatty brothers here. So their company eventually amalgamated with General Steelwares, and became part of the GSW Limited in the late 1969. But yeah, this was what put them sort of on the map, and this is what they were known for, and this is kind of their invention is that agitator inside the washing machine. So that's why I decided to show that off. I just opened it up. I was trying to show it inside. I mean, an agitator's not that cool to look at, but yeah, this was the the lid that usually sits in here. And yeah, and it plugs in and everything at the bottom. So, and you can move this around. So it was very, you know, portable, so that you can move it around, because, you know, they wouldn't have had rooms back in the 1920s. But I would think the next, you know, probably greatest invention after this one was the dishwasher. But, you know, not until today, not everybody has a dishwasher, but I think most people either have a washing machine, or they have access to a washing machine. They go and get their clothes, you know, out of a washing machine. They, you know, there's not a lot of people still hand washing all of their clothes. So
No.
yeah, so that's my art fact for today. So that was, you know, a great theme for this week, and it really got me thinking, because, you know, museums, like, I don't know how to deal with STEM, do I? But, you know, we do, and, you know, that's, you know, we have a lot of it. We actually had quite a bit of options to go through, and I decided to go with this one. So my theme for next week, because it is St. Patrick's Day, that's when our video will be going out. So I thought maybe something related to, do we, you know, Irish descendants in our area? I'm sure we have a lot of Irish settlers, you know, that, you know, and some artifacts or some stories that relate to some Irish settlers in our North Simcoe area. So that will be the theme for next week.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea.
Great. So I guess I'll see you next week then.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.